Hi, welcome to my channel. मैं हूँ आपका दीपंकर भाई. In this video, you will get NCERT line by line questions with answer of chapter 2, class 11, biological classification for the Neet exam as well as for the board exam. If you are watching my video for the first time, please subscribe my channel. Now let's start now. Who proposed two kingdom system of classification? Carolus Linnaeus. Who proposed five kingdom system of classification? R.H. Whitaker. Which are the five kingdoms? The five kingdoms are Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plenty as Animalia. Next, which are the main criteria for five kingdom system of classification? The main criteria are cell structure, body organizations, mode of nutrition, reproduction, and phylogenetic relationships. Next, what is the cell type of kingdom Monera? The cell type of kingdom Monera is prokaryotic, and other four kingdoms are eukaryotic. In which kingdom cell wall is absent? Cell wall is absent in Animalia. And other four kingdom, I think Monera, Protista, Fungi, and Plenty cell wall is present. In which kingdom nuclear membrane is absent? Nuclear membrane is absent in Monera. And other four kingdom, Protista, Fungi, Plenty, and Animalia, nuclear membrane is present. Next, what is the body organization of Monera? The body organization of Monera is cellular. What is the body organization of kingdom Protista? The body organization of kingdom Protista is also cellular. 10. In which two kingdom mode of nutrition is heterotrophic? Mode of nutrition is heterotrophic in only fungi and Animalia. Now move to the next. 11. In which kingdom chemosynthetic organisms are found? Chemosynthetic organisms are found in kingdom Monera. 12. The cell wall of Monera composed of? How cell wall of Monera composed? Cell wall of Monera composed of polysaccharide with amino acid. Next, 13. What are the sole member of the kingdom Monera? Bacteria. Bacteria are the sole member of the kingdom Monera. Next, on the basics of shape, bacteria are grouped under which four category? On the basics of shape, bacteria are grouped under four category, and these are spherical shaped is coccus, rod shaped is bacillus, comma shaped is vibrio, and spiral shaped is spiralium. Next, 15. Bacteria live in extreme habitat such as, yes, bacteria live in extreme habitat, and these are hot spring, desert, snow, and deep oceans, and others also. Now move to the next. 16. Which organism show the most extensive metabolic diversity? This bacteria, and bacteria show the most extensive metabolic diversity compared to other organisms. Next, regarding mode of nutrition, majority of bacteria are, yes, majority of bacteria are heterotrophs, because they depend on other organism for their food. Bacteria which are likely to be present in deep sea water, which bacteria? Archaebacteria. Archaebacteria lived in deep sea water. 18. Bacteria which are lived in salty area is known as halophiles. Bacteria which are lived in hot spring known as thermoacidophiles. Now next, 20. Bacteria which are lived in marshy area are known as, what is known? Methanogens. Methanogens are the bacteria which are lived in marshy area. Now move to the next. 21. What is the differentiating feature of archaebacteria that differ from other bacteria? Yes, archaebacteria differ from other bacteria in having different cell wall structure. Yes, and this feature is responsible for their survival in extreme condition. Now move to the next. 22. Which bacteria are present in the gut of cows and buffalo? Which bacteria? Methanogens. Methanogens are present in the gut of cows and buffaloes. Next. 23. Which is known as through bacteria? Eubacteria. Eubacteria is also known as through bacteria. Now move to the next. 24. Eubacteria are characterized by the presence of. How eubacteria are characterized? Because they have rigid cell wall. Now move to the 25. Which is known as blue-green algae? Blue-green algae is known as cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria is also known as blue-green algae. The colonies of cyanobacteria surrounded by gelatinous sheath. Very, very important. Now move to the 27. Which form blooms in polluted water bodies? Cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria form blooms in polluted water bodies. Now move to the next. 28. In which specialized cells cyanobacteria fix atmospheric nitrogen? In which cells cyanobacteria fix atmospheric nitrogen? Answer is heterocyst. In heterocyst, cyanobacteria fix atmospheric nitrogen. 29. What are the examples of nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria? This is clearly written in your NCERT book, Nostock and Enabena. These two examples of cyanobacteria who can fix atmospheric nitrogen. In which specialized cell? Heterocyst. Chemosynthetic bacteria play a great role in the recycling of which elements? Yes, these chemosynthetic bacteria play a great role in the recycling of nitrogen, phosphorus, iron and sulfur. These four elements. Now move to the next. What are the economic importance of heterotrophic bacteria? What are the economic importance? First of all, it helps making curd from milk, and next is production of antibiotics. Next, which are the diseases caused by different bacteria? Yes, which are the diseases? Cholera, typhoid, tetanus, citrus canker. These four. It is clearly written in your NCERT book, and other also, but in your book written 4. So I will mention only 4. Next, 33. Bacteria reproduce mainly by which method? Bacteria reproduce mainly by fission method. They reproduce mainly by fission. Now move to the next. Under unfavorable condition, bacteria reproduce mainly by. Whenever favorable condition, they reproduce mainly by fission. When unfavorable condition, they reproduce by spores formation. Next, which living organism has the smallest living cell? Which living organism? Answer will be mycoplasma, and they can survive also without oxygen. 36. In Monera, which organism have completely lack cell wall? Mycoplasma. Answer will be mycoplasma. They have completely lack cell wall. 37. All single cell eukaryotes are placed in which kingdom? Protista. Protista include all single cell eukaryotes. Next, 38. The boundary of which kingdom are not well defined? Yes, of course, Protista. In Protista, the boundary of this kingdom are not well defined. Which kingdom forms a link with plants, animals and fungi? Protista. Protista forms a link with plants, animals and fungi. 40. CHRYSOPHYTE include which type of organism? CHRYSOPHYTE include two types. One is diatoms and other is golden algae. 41. The other name of golden algae. What is the other name of golden algae? The other name of golden algae is desmids. Next, in diatoms, walls are embedded with which chemical? I mean cell wall. In diatom, cell wall is composed with silica. Next, in which type of organism cell wall form two thin overlapping cells which fit together as in a soapbox? Sorry, it will be fit, FIT. Soapbox diatoms. In diatoms, cell wall form two thin overlapping shell which fit together as in soapbox, like soapbox. Now move to the next, 44. Which are the chief producer in the occurrence? Very very important. Diatoms. Diatoms are the chief producer in the occurrence. Diatomaceous earth is used in, yes, it is used in polishing, filtration of oils and syrups. Next, 46. In which organisms cell wall has stiff cellulose plate on the outer surface? Dinoflagellate. In dinoflagellate, cell wall has stiff cellulose plate. Now move to the next question, 47. What is the type of arrangement of flagella in dinoflagellate? Two flagella, one lies longitudinally and the other transversely. Next question, give one example of red dinoflagellate. Yes, it is written in your NCT book, Gornial X. Next, 49. Which make C appear red, that is red tides. Which make red dinoflagellate. Red dinoflagellate make C appear red, that is red tides. Next, 40. Half century. In euglenoids, instead of cell wall, they have a protein-rich layer. This is known as, yes, instead of cell wall, they have a protein-rich layer. This is known as pellicle. Next, 51. How many types of flagella in euglenoids? How many types? Two types, a short and a long one. Next, 52. Give the name of organism which is photosynthetic in the presence of sunlight, but absence of sunlight they behave like heterotrophs. This I mean dual in function or dual in behavior, which is euglenoids. Now move to the next, 53. The pigments of which class of Protista are identical to higher plants? Which class? Euglenoid. Next, 54. Which is known as saprophytic protist? Saprophytic protist is known as slime molds. Next, 55. Under suitable conditions, slime molds form an aggregation. This is known as, under suitable conditions, slime molds form an aggregation. This is known as plasmodium. Now move to the next, 56. In slime molds, spores are dispersed by. How spores are dispersed? Spores are dispersed by air current. This is the last portion of the slime molds. See in your NCERT book. Clearly written, slime molds are dispersed by air current. Next, 57. Which organisms are believed to be primitive relatives of animals? Primitive relatives of animals is protozoan. Protozoan believed to be primitive relatives of animals. Next, 58. Which are the four groups of protozoa? The four groups of protozoa are amoeboid protozoa, flagellated protozoa, chelicated protozoa, and sporozoan. Next, 59. Sleeping sickness caused by which protozoa? Sleeping sickness caused by flagellated protozoa. And another question, same, sleeping sickness caused by which organisms? Whenever organism, this is trypanosoma, and trypanosoma belongs to flagellated protozoa. Now next, move to the next, 61. Malaria caused by which sporozoa? Malaria caused by plasmodium. Now move to the next, 62. Which kingdom show a great diversity in morphology and habitat? Kingdom fungi. Kingdom fungi show a great diversity in morphology as well as habitat. Next, give example of unicellular fungi. Yes, yeast. Yeast is only the unicellular fungi and all are multicellular. Next, 64. White rust causing by which fungus? White rust causing by Puccinia. Very very important. 65. The body of fungi consists of long, slender, thread-like structure. Yes, the body of fungi consists of long, slender, thread-like structure, and this is called as hyphae. Now move to the next. 66. The network of hyphae is known as. What is the network of hyphae? Network of hyphae is known as mycelium. New term. Note it down. 67. The cell walls of fungi are composed of, very important. Cell walls of fungi are composed of chitin and polysaccharide. Now up to the next. 68. Which fungi live as symbiont in association with algae? Which fungi live as symbiont? Lichen live as symbiont in association with algae. Now move to the next. 69. Which fungi live as symbiont with roots of higher plant? Roots of higher plant. This is known as mycorrhiza. Mycorrhiza is symbiont with roots of higher plant, and symbiont with algae known as lichen. Next, 70. Vegetative reproduction in fungi takes place by which method? Vegetative reproduction takes place 3 methods: fragmentation, fission, and budding. Now just remember, sometime all the points or all the important lines in NCERT book may not be memorized for the longer time, but when you meet question answer format of that important lines of NCERT, but this will memorize for the longer time. So just when you revised any chapter, just watch my video and you will be completely revised full chapter within 20 to 30 minutes. Now move to the 71. Sexual reproduction in fungi takes place by which method? Sexual reproduction in fungi takes place oospore, ascospores, and basidospores. 3. Oospore, ascospores, and basidospores. Next. Which 3 steps involved in sexual cycle of fungi? Which 3 steps? 3 steps. One is plasmogamy, another is karyogamy, and another is meiosis in zygote. Meiosis in zygote resulting in haploid spores. Now move to the next. 73. Which basic the fungi divided into different class? 3 basics. First of all, morphology of the mycelium. Then next is mode of spore formation and fruiting bodies. On the 3 basics, the fungi divided into different classes, and these different classes are Phycomycete, Ascomycete, Basidiomycete, and Deuteromycete. Next, 74. Next, very important. In which class of fungi dikaryon takes place? Dikaryon takes place in 2 classes of fungi. One is Ascomycete and another is Basidiomycetes. Now move to the next. 75. Yes, last we said that 3 sexual cycle of fungi, and this is all about fusion of protoplasm between 2 motile or non-motile gamete is called plasmogamy. This is known as plasmogamy. And fusion of 2 nuclei is called karyogamy. 77. In which class of fungi the mycelium is aseptate and coenocytic? In which class? Phycomycetes. In Phycomycete only aseptate and coenocytic, but in other classes of fungi the mycelium is septate. Just remember. Which is the parasitic fungi on mustard? The parasitic fungi on mustard is albugo. Now move to the next. 79. Ascomycetes are commonly known as, what is commonly known as ascomycete? Sac fungi. Next, 80. Penicillium and yeast belongs to which class of fungi? Penicillium and yeast belongs to Ascomycete. Here see, penicillium is multicellular but yeast is unicellular. Give example of Phycomycete. Very important. Learn all the example that is given in your NCERT book, line by line. Give example of Phycomycete, mucor, rhizophus, and albugo. 82. Which fungus is used extensively in biochemical and genetic work. Very, very important. Only Neurospora. Neurospora is a fungi and this is used extensively in biochemical and genetic work. 83. Which fungi are edible and are delicious? That is, we can eat. Answer is morel and truffles. Next, 84. Commonly known forms of basidiomycete. Yes, commonly known from this already came to your Neet exam previous 2 years ago, I think. Commonly known forms of basidiomycete are mushrooms, bracket fungi, or bubbles. 85. In which class of fungi asexual spores are generally not found? Asexual spores are generally not found in basidiomycete. Basidiomycete, asexual spores are generally not found. 86. In which class of fungi sex organs are absent? In which class? Basidiomycete. Basidiomycete, sex organs are absent. Give example of basidiomycete. 3 example in your NCERT book. First of all is agaricus. It is also known as mushroom. Ustilego. It is also known as rust. And Puccinia. It is also known as smart. And Puccinia is the white rust causing. Now move to the 88. Vegetative reproduction in basidiomycete takes place by which method? Just see, vegetative reproduction in basidiomycete takes place by only one method, and this method is fragmentation. In fragmentation, by the method of fragmentation, vegetative reproduction takes place in basidiomycetes. 89. Which class of fungi is known as imperfect fungi? Imperfect. Deuteromycete. Why? Because it's only vegetative or asexual cycle of this fungi is known, but the sexual cycle of this fungi are not known yet. Now up to the 90. Which class of fungi helped in decomposers of litter and help in mineral cycling? Decomposer of litter and help in mineral cycling is deuteromycetes. Give examples of deuteromycete. Yes, all the examples are important. Just see Alternaria, Coletotrichum, and Trichoderma. Next, deuteromycete reproduced by which asexual method? Only one asexual method, by Conidia. By Conidia, deuteromycete reproduce. Now move to the next, 93. Give some example of insectivorous plants. Insectivorous plant. 2. One is bladderroot and another is Venus flytrap. Now move to the next, 94. What is the mode of nutrition in Animalia? The mode of nutrition in Animalia is holozoic, by injecting the food. Now we are moving towards acellular organisms like viruses, viroid, prion, and lichen. See 95. Viruses are characterized by, how viruses are characterized? Inert crystalline structure outside the living cell. Wherever you see in your microscope inert crystalline structure outside the living cell, you may call it as a viruses. Now up to the next, 96. Give an example of parasitic plant. Yes, CUSCUTA. Who gave the name virus? Dmitry Ivanovsky. Dmitry Ivanovsky gave the name virus. Who called? Yes, all the scientist name is also important. That is written in your NCERT book. Just follow this. But if you do not follow, just watch this video, you will get all this answer. Who called virus as a Contagium bibium fluidum? Yes, the scientist name is M.W. Beijernik. M.W. Beijernik called virus as a Contagium bibium fluidum. 98 complete. Now move to the next, 99. Who showed that viruses could be crystallized? Who W.M. Stanley showed that viruses could be crystallized and also crystal contain largely of proteins. Now 100th century. Now very important. Viruses are dash parasites. Viruses are obligate parasite. Very important. Just know this term. Viruses are obligate parasites. Now to the next 101. Protein coat of virus is called. What is the name of protein coat of virus? The protein coat of virus is known as capsid. 102. Very important. Virus contain both RNA and DNA. It is true or false? Absolutely false, because no virus contain both DNA and RNA. Either virus contain DNA or either virus contain RNA, but no virus contain both DNA and RNA. Now to the next 103. Viruses that infect bacteria is known as. What is the name of the viruses that infect bacteria? Known as bacteriophage. Next, which disease caused by viruses? Which disease? Many diseases, but in your Ncert book it is written 5 diseases. So I also show you the 5 diseases. First of all, it is mumps. Sorry, it is the spelling mistake. Mumps. Then it is smallpox, herpes, influenza, and also AIDS. 105. Who discovered BIOCHEMICAL? Very important. Scientist name T.O. Dinner. In which year? 1971. Next 106. BIOCHEMICAL caused which disease? BIOCHEMICAL caused potato spindle tuber disease, or this question may be framed in another point of view. Potato spindle tuber disease caused by which infectious agent? BIOCHEMICAL. Now see, mad cow disease in cattle caused by which infectious agent? Mad cow disease in cattle caused by prion. Next, mad cow disease in cattle is analogous variant to which human disease? Mad cow disease in cattle is analogous variant to CR-Jacob disease. CR-Jacob disease in human, which is analogous to mad cow disease. Now 109. Symbiotic association between algae and fungi is known as lichen. We have already learned this. Lichen is the symbiotic association between algae and fungi. Now move to the next 110. In lichen, the algal component is known as phycobiont. This is known as phycobiont. In lichen, the fungal component is known as mycobiont. Sorry, it is also spelling mistake. Just see in your Ncert book. It is also already written mycobiont. Lichens are grow in polluted area. True or false? No, false. Absolutely false, because lichen do not grow in polluted area. Okay, so that's why lichens are very good pollution indicators. So question is, what is a very good pollution indicators? Lichens. Next, in lichen, who prepare food? In lichen, food prepared by algae. Just revise this infrequently, or when you revised your chapter, just watch my video. Now completed the lesson 2, biological classification. Now lastly, I will say that if you enjoyed my video, or if this video is helpful for you, please subscribe my channel and also press the bell icon and like this video and share with your friends. And now lastly, you will get 4 questions. Just write the answer on comment box which you learn from this video. The first question is, the boundary of which kingdom are not well defined? Just write down 1 with answer. Next question, who discovered BIOCHEMICAL? Next, 3, which is known as Saprophytic protist. 4. In which kingdom cell wall is absent? बाय बाय, मैं हूँ आपका दीपंकर भाई, आपसे विदाई लेता हूँ। मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में। थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग दिस वीडियो।